to cannabis. Right? You know what I call it? It's the poor people's medicine. You know why? Because people hate it if they're elite. You wonder about it. It's never killed anybody. It's not proven to be schizophrenic. The only thing that makes lazy is cancer. It makes fat people skinny and skinny people fatten up. How does it do that? The miracle is we were allowed to study it a little bit. And in the 90s we found out we have a system in our bodies that makes cannabis a skeleton key for chronic disease. It's not about cure. Who gives a crap? That's care. If you think about it like this, it's very simple, and tell it to anyone, chronic, low doses of chronic for chronic ailments. Huh? If you live long enough, let me just back up and say I'm a nurse. I have a brother who survived cancer, a dad who survived Vietnam, and I'm the youngest one in the family, and I've seen what aging does, especially in America. It's hard. If you live long enough, you will get one of four things: cancer, cardiovascular disease. I'm a cardio nurse, so that's where I specialize. Heart attack, stroke. You also have neurodegenerative diseases, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, which is partially from polypharmacy, too many drugs, which is because our pharmaceutical system would rather have silver bullets, one drug for one treatment. God forbid we come up with something that we can grow in our backyard for a cancer patient that can heal or reduce anxiety, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, weight loss, pain. I will tell you, I have seen someone who passed away, died from brain cancer, lost their ability to move their legs from a spinal tumor, and was on 50 milligrams of opiates like morphine daily. And with the help of a little bit of sticky black oil that she ingested by mouth, she was able to take 20% of that pain medicine every 2 to 3 days. If you give high doses of aspirin to mice, they'll get gut ulcers unless you treat them with a little bit of pot. Anti-inflammatories have side effects. Yes. Cannabis is an anti-inflammatory that treats those side effects. Yeah. They found breast cancer that is the most resistant to treatment, double negative. They lack the hormone receptors that the chemo drugs target, are the most sensitive of all the breast cancer types to cannabis. But you know what we'll say? Let's try that last. Let's go through every single toxic drug known to man. Let's poison us till our battery life is at 5%, and then try pot and say, damn, pot's not working. If anybody you know has Alzheimer's, they found ultra low doses of cannabis reverses cognitive dementia in mice, and there's anecdotes that people no longer needed to live on a diaper for a number of months. That's because cannabis is neuroprotective. And so you're looking at people with everything under the sun due to aging poorly, and now we've got one drug that's not a drug, I'm sorry, because every drug I can give will kill you. So it's not a drug, it's a medicinal herb.
That's it. Yeah.
It's difficult to take care of people and not talk about this, so I appreciate you guys listening. Take it easy on the cops. They have family members who are getting older and they want to know about this. So quit talking to them about how fucking corrupt they are and just tell them what's good for them. I would be adamant to say they might get PTSD on the job. They took a blood test of people on 9/11. Their natural marijuana from within, endocannabinoid levels were doubled. They think it's because that's how we deal with stress. We make pot. So in a lot of ways, pot is actually like a vitamin. Too much of anything's bad, so don't be ridiculous. You have to use it the right way. Be responsible. It is about harm reduction. If you have mental health disorders, you're going to want to look into CBD, not THC. But cannabis is going to have both.
Yeah.
I could talk all day about this. Every type of cancer they've studied, cannabis is killed. So cannabis does kill human cells if it's cancerous. They think it's going to cause memory loss, right? That's what Reagan thought. He said smoking a joint was being on Bikini Island when a nuclear bomb blast goes off. And the man died of Alzheimer's. Today, we know cannabis is an anti-Alzheimer's drug. Here's a good quote. Saying cannabis should be illegal is like saying God made a mistake. The person who said that was a comedian from Texas, Bill Hicks, who died of pancreas cancer. They've done a study with pancreas cancer and conventional chemo, and it's very effective. Pancreas cancer has been killed in the lab with conventional chemo only if cannabis is added. And in the U.S. right now, they are creating a study with a marijuana mouse spray called Sativex. Not Sativa, Sativex. And it primes cancer cells to die. And they're using it in humans right now. So let's talk to people about that when they say it has no medical value. They say cannabis is toxic, it's true, it's toxic to cancer cells. Chemo is toxic to every cell. Chemo is like a double-edged sword. It cuts you, it cuts the cancer. Which one does it cut down first? It's not always the cancer. What cannabis does for chemo is it sharpens one end and sheaths the other. It makes chemo safer for us. I feel like pharmacies should love that. We're able to give you more poison if you take cannabis. You can withstand more chemo if you take cannabis. So focus on the medical. That's what I do. The civil rights is obvious. It's easy. We know. No one cares in the medical field. They know it's not an issue. They're not going to help because job security. I hope I still have it. But when I get the chance, I do talk about cannabis. Any chance I get. I'd ask one thing for you guys. Buy hemp seeds. If you want to support the movement, we can't even grow that here, and it's the most nutritional food on earth.
Yes.
More protein than beef, more omega-3s than salmon. 100% of your magnesium from 2 servings, that's linked to heart attack prevention. It has zinc and iron, which is great for the elderly. We've got multiple uses from non-psychoactive cannabis. You can juice cannabis leaves grown in people's closet, and it might not get them high if it's not heated and raw. And if you've never heard about that, go on YouTube, type the word leaf, and Courtney. Doctor's name is William Courtney, and he has seen miraculous things just from drinking green, not wheat grass, but weed grass. 60 times the dose of THC without the high, and it's still anti-inflammatory, and in the Petri dish is filled MRSA. So we have an antibiotic, an anti-inflammatory, an anti-psychotic, an anti-diabetic, a neuroprotective, anti-asthmatic. It kills cancer by making the cancer cells commit suicide. It shuts off the blood supply to cancer so that it would never reach past the size of a pea. All this we know, and the endocannabinoids that we make in our body, cannabis is a supplement to. We think most of these diseases is a deficiency in endocannabinoids, so cannabis supplements a deficiency. And yet, there is not one study where we have injected into humans endocannabinoids. So there's something else that we can look into. At the end, this is a poor person's medicine. This is you standing up to an anti-elitist system. They don't want you to grow your own medicine. They don't want you to think it's medicine. But you know what it is, and I thank everyone here for coming out and supporting it and listening to me rant.